All right. Hello, everyone. I'm just doing this. I know this is random. This is our first ever time going live from the office. This is a blessing. So I thank those of you who are here joining in. It looks like we have some awesome people and celebrities. We've got Bob from Globebusters, Lecky Bear, Ryan Farr, Sub Zero. Great to see you guys here. Many more. I'll be going through the comments, maybe random question and answer. I just needed an excuse to go live and hang out with you guys. And so, testing this out. If you can hear me, let me know. If you can't hear me, or if there's a clicking sound or anything random, please let me know. I have never used this equipment live, so hoping everything awesome. Thank you. Says sounds good to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Hopefully, this is a new chapter for us, an answered prayer. And so I just wanted to update people. I know not everyone sees the community post that we have, but we'll be able to go live and really increase what we can do with this ministry and sharing truth. Hello, Greg Hall. It's good to see you again, brother. Um, so it's going to be awesome. I'm excited. I can't wait to start having people on sharing their testimonies, promoting some of my favorite channels and people that I learn from, and hopefully you will too, especially in this age of censorship. And it seems like you guys have been sharing our work like crazy. It's still taking off in spite of all of the shadow banning and things like that and tactics of the enemy. So thank you guys for that. I'm gonna catch you up on our Why They Lie series. We did part one, or who they are and why they lie. And so I've been working on that. There's a part two coming, and it's way deeper than you can imagine. It goes back to creation, and there's a lot of things I keep adding and taking away. So going to be going over that very, very soon. And also, my brother is still working on another video and trying to get some ideas, kind of a improved version of the final card that he did. Not that you can improve it much, just make it higher quality and answer some questions. And so if you guys feel like there was something missing that you would like added to that, let him know or let me know, and I'll pass that on to him. So again, this is a random hangout. May not be here long. I just wanted to check things out. And again, um, look for an excuse to hang out with you guys because we miss you. We've been busy. I'm still finishing up a construction project down in the basement, going to be moving my wonderful mother-in-law down there. And so that's what I was finishing up right before I came up here. So busy times, still coaching. We'll finish mid-February. And I will be on here and with another live hangout and a special guest probably in a week or so. I'm not really sure on the timeline. I'll have to work that out. Really cool guy that I've met, and we'll get to share his channel and his website with you. And so lots of good stuff coming. Uthra, right there. There's Uthra. If you guys see her in the chat, this woman is awesome. She came to us for our last meetup all the way from Pennsylvania, and it just a lot of things worked out for her to come that way. She said she needed a ride, and just then and there, 3 people from Pennsylvania said they were coming this way, and then that didn't work out, and another opportunity, after opportunity just worked out to where she was able to come, and her testimony is amazing. She is one of those who's escaping another religion to become a Christian, a child of God, and it's a cool testimony. She shared it with my wife. I didn't even get to hear it, and beautiful story for her to share. Hopefully on here one day. Really spirit-filled young lady. So welcome, Uthra. I'm going to start reading comments. So if you guys have any questions, suggestions, I'm wanting to do stuff more personal now and not just put out videos all the time, more of a fellowship type of deal. And so those of you, especially those that support us, we have like Patreons who support us as well. I'd like to do stuff for you guys. I haven't had a chance to really do anything on the side, but I'd like to do that. Maybe like Bible study type stuff. Look at my hand's distracting me. It looks like I'm not even really here. It's like a hologram. I don't know why it does that. Just the hand. Okay. Promise I'm real, I think. That's weird. But anyways, you guys, yeah, somebody said, are you coaching? Yes, I saw you in the comment. Where'd you go? Comments are moving. There it is. Are you coaching wrestling? Yeah, I saw you in the comments section of another video. and you were like, "What are you doing here?" We coach wrestling, my brother and I. Quite the testimony there. I'll let my brother come on one day and we'll share that together of how we got into that. We started doing that in high school, and it opened some doors for us, kept us out of trouble, and was actually an answer to a prophecy we received when we were younger. So really cool story there. I want to do more testimony stuff here, especially some of our own. We have some crazy testimonies, but I know you guys have some as well that we want to see. Yeah, I'm a clone. I do have a clone, my twin brother clone. We mess with people all the time. It's fun being a twin. All right, let's see. I'm gonna keep looking at this while you guys are talking, but back to the video that we have been working on, the Who They Are series. It is it's a lot of work. And so of course with the first one, we didn't get too far. I'm figuring out StreamYard too, so bear with me how to navigate this. I just found out you can share presentations while you are live. So this will be an interesting way to do things. Vernon Daniels, welcome. Interesting way to do things. And so you guys can do this stuff with us and ask questions on the go, because I hate when I do a video and I put it out and then you guys start asking questions and it's too late. So it would be nice to do videos live and answer some questions there. But with our last video we did, it's sort of revealing what we're up against, the who they are question. And a lot of times we think in the physical realm of we're against all these people and NASA and all these different organizations. But what it comes down to is the spiritual battle that we were warned about, because we're not wrestling, like it says in the word, with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers of darkness. And so that spirit of the Antichrist, it's really only mentioned a few times, and it's all in First John, is quite telling when you start figuring out what those spiritual powers are doing, because that's really what we're up against. And if you haven't noticed, I'll go back to it right here where it says denying the Father and the Son. That's exactly what it's all about. And a lot of people say hiding God, but if you can do what they've done so far, like replacing Genesis chapter 1 with an explosion, and that's what they have done, it's for spiritual reasons, and it is to hide the Father. And if you can hide a creator, then the stories about his son have to be explained as some sort of fairy tale or fable, and that's what they've done. And so lots of things we're going to cover pretty soon, and some really cool things. I want to share this while you're here. As I was going through and going back and compiling verses, I started finding things. Oops, there's a timeline thing, part of my slide. Sorry. I keep everything on Google Slides. So I have millions or hundreds of slides on all of my studies. But just how interconnected the word is. Oh my goodness, somebody just popped up with a super chat. Thank you. Taking Back Eden. Thank you very much. Bless you. We don't ask for support, but you guys have allowed us to make improvements and with what you do, and it's really helped us. So thank you very much. But I for some reason, I don't know if I'm probably not the only one, but when you go back to the word, you read it now, you start seeing things just really interconnected. And this is one of those things that I saw in the fourth book of Ezra. If you've never heard of it, it's also called Two Esdras. When it was in the King James Version, when you go to the older translations from the 1600s, it's called Two Esdras, Esdras, I believe. And so the fourth book of Ezra is what I call it, because that's what it was called in the Sefer when I first found it, and it just sounds better. But I was reading this, and the things that are said about the Messiah before he was here versus after are really cool. And I've looked at some of those, and a lot of them are in the lost books. Like I think Enoch has some things, but I don't know if those were with the Dead Sea Scrolls. I don't think they were, so I'd have to do some research on that. But the fourth book of Ezra, there was a vision that Ezra had. And it says here, and I'm going to tie this into Revelation. This is just a real quick random side stop that I found. And it's, I mean, I say random. It's really not random at all. When you see it, you'll be like, my goodness, they were copying that in the book of Revelation, because someone else had the same vision that Ezra had. and only one of them was before Christ, and the other was after. We got 4BZ Truth joining in. Sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm looking at what you guys are saying too. It says here, Ezra saw, because I don't know if you guys can read the font if it's big enough, but it says, Ezra saw upon Mount Zion. I will see if I can full screen this for you. Get rid of me. There you go. Ezra saw upon Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised Yahuwah with songs. And if I got this from the Sefer, so the names Yahuwah, instead of saying God or Lord, they tried to restore the names. And I'm not saying that's how you pronounce the name. So the name debate, let's just put that aside. I do not like the name debate. People get mad if you say Yeshua versus Jesus or Jesus versus Yeshua. So if you hear me say the Messiah or the Son, I'm doing that because I'm tired of the name debate. It's kind of getting old. The Father knows our hearts, and that's what matters. But again, it says, Ezra saw upon Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised Yahuwah with songs. And I've color coded this, and there's a key at the bottom so you can see how it relates to Revelation. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? And he answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Elohim. Now they are crowned and receive palms. Okay, remember, this is before Christ. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowns them and gives them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Elohim, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahuwah. Then the angel said unto me, Go your way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of Yahuwah Eloheka you have seen. So I thought that was really cool, but I went back and I was reading the book of Revelation and tying things into our study, and check this out. Okay. This is Revelation 7, verse 9 through 11. It says, After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. So again, I color coded this because you can see it's like the same colors, kind of lining up exactly with the fourth book of Ezra. And it says, And cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. He's not curious about who this is, because he knows this was after Christ. So you have the one for Christ and after Christ, and the interconnectedness here is something really cool. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And again, it talks about the angels here. It says, And all the angels stood round about the throne and about the elders and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces and worshiped God. So really, really cool there. I'm going to probably do an entire video on this. This deserves, there's more that goes with this, but that was the study there. I'm going to look back to that's part of something I'm doing in addition to the other video. Just the word keeps coming alive. I can't help it. It's like a new book. I know many of you are experiencing that as well. Joy Trujillo, if I'm pronouncing that right, welcome. Glad to see you. Michael O'Neill, been here since the beginning. But anyways, I don't want to get too much off topic or too distracted, but I wanted to do this. It's going to be short. I don't know how long I've been going live here, about 14 minutes. Really wanting to connect with you guys, reconnect, and get some feedback. What you guys want to do in the near future as far as hangouts on a regular basis. I'd like to do them weekly. Right now with our schedule, that's really, really tough. But definitely wanting to do more as far as outreach and connecting with other YouTubers. I've got some in mind that I want to fellowship with. If you guys have any recommendations, send them to me. There's people that I haven't reached out to yet that I would love to talk to, and so I'm going to be doing that. May get Charlie from 4BZ Truth over here. I've had some hangouts with him. He's a real cool guy. If you haven't seen him, that's his channel. He also has another one called Contemplating the Cosmos, where he specifically uses that to talk about things with biblical cosmology. Really cool, humble guy. And just to let you guys know, if I have somebody on and I am sharing their work and sending you guys that direction, please don't use discernment. I haven't studied everything that all of these people that I'm going to have on here believe. And it doesn't mean that I believe everything the way they do. I look at people, judging a tree by its fruits. And there are people I fellowship with that I don't have hardly anything that lines up with the beliefs that I have, but I learn things from them anyways. And the same with us. I know we see things different. It's hard for me to find one person that believes the way I do. And so I know you guys probably feel the same way. And I know you are very, very good at voicing when you don't agree with us. And that is fine. Let the Holy Spirit guide you when you're watching our stuff. If I say something that's wrong, the Father lets you know. Let me know. Okay. I try to not plan what I'm going to say, completely unscripted. And unless I'm reading something like I just was, I like to be unscripted. I don't like to plan what I'm going to say, similar to before I started this video. Had no clue what was going to happen. I don't want it to be about us, about me, but we have been very blessed. And the internet situation was something that was holding us back. If I was making videos back in the past, before a couple weeks ago, I would have to go to someone's house to upload videos, usually my dad or my brother. And to do a live hangout, I'd have to use my dad's office or somewhere else. And I was just at a spot where I thought, you know what? I'm going to rent a place. I'm going to find a place in town because we live out in the boonies. And we are going to just have it like a church or something, or at least an office space to do live hangouts, and start moving more into a not quite a full-time ministry job, because we sort of need our other job right now, but do it more often. And I just had that desire to do that. And I just said, Father, if it's your desire for me to have a building, just let it happen, or just remove that desire from me. And he did. And before I knew it, they started spray painting the streets with those, the telephone company did, to let us know that they were bringing in fiber optics. And so I could see the lines and where they were about to do it. And it was like an answered prayer, because we're so far away from town, and there's people that live in town that still don't have it. And so very blessed. Seeing you here and you seeing us here is an answer to a prayer. It's nothing we've done. This is definitely a blessing. So is the sound still good? You guys hearing us good? I've never used this mic live. I used it to record our last video, and seemed to do okay. But with my new laptop, I heard some clicking sounds last time. All right. Any of y'all been watching The Chosen? Oh, this, Hanging on His Words. This is one of the channels I want to have on. If you haven't checked him out, you're way behind the game. Get over there and check him out. I want to have him on. He's in Canada, being persecuted for his beliefs and convictions when it comes to a certain medical procedure that most people are being forced to have, especially where he's at. So if you want to support his ministry, you don't have to take my word on it. You can look into his stuff. He is top notch, one of the best biblical cosmology truther channels, Bible scholar. So humbled to have him here. I want to have him on very, very, very soon. I've got one person that I promised I would let them come on first, since they have helped us out and motivated me to up the game in these last days and improve what we're doing. So Hanging on His Words, Ken is an awesome brother, humble young man for all that he knows and does. All of you are. So I'll be looking forward to that. I want to have him on, if Father willing, that works out. I believe it will. He's one of my favorites. Don't want to make anybody jealous and say he's the absolute favorite. So, but yeah, he's up there. There's my bro, my twin. If he can call in at any point, I've sent him a link. He may join in. Who knows what can happen? Or if Ken or Bob, I saw Bob Nodal in the chat. May have random people call in sometimes, and or just open it up, because who knows? Got to keep it interesting. Don Lewis, interesting, huh? Can you get in a conversation with anyone like Graham Hancock? I will look into. I don't know who that is. Graham Hancock or Randall Carlson. So many people out there that I don't see now, especially some of the newer ones, because of the way the internet works with hiding things. There's some really good people out there that are just hidden. What part of Florida? Oh, I was just in Florida. I know you guys are I'm eavesdropping on your conversations. I was just in Florida and I had some footage that I may share to see if you guys have answers. I feel like I've filmed a lighthouse that's like 80 miles away because it's the only lighthouse in that direction that I could find. But I just think that would be, with the atmosphere, it would be so hard because it was over the water, but it was at sunset. Um, here's a really good, here's somebody I'm going to have on soon too, right here. Don't want to butcher the pronunciation, but they do really good work, and they're going to be probably working on a really good video really soon that I will keep a surprise until later. Oh, somebody said he's on Joe Rogan. He says, I have some interesting thoughts on the topics of hanging on his words. Let me know. Let me be part of that week panel. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Heck yeah. The more the merrier. It's what it's all about. Fellowship and just being blessed and uplifting each other in these crazy last days. It is crazier than we expected and a lot faster than we expected. It's gotten this way. So hanging on his words channel. Yes, hanging on his words is the name of the channel. He definitely is needing people to be sent his way for learning purposes, fellowship, and just helping him out, giving him some support. Because I would like to see people like that doing ministry full time. It would be great if we could all work together and get people doing that full time that have the abilities that these people have. There are some blessed people out there, and I know some of you have the knowledge and the wisdom. You just don't have platforms, and so this opportunity that we have now, with the ability to do this, will allow more of you to share your wisdom with us on a regular basis. I can't promise every week right now. Our schedule doesn't really open up great until about mid-February when we finish coaching, and so Sundays, weeknights, late Saturday nights are open. So we'll be doing things when we can, as often as we can. I'm in Canada. We'll be heading over there next. Okay, got more people in Canada. Taking back email. Oh yeah, somebody said 85,000 subscribers. That is something it's just amazing to see it get that far and that we're still here, because I go to my backup channels where I put the exact same videos and they have strikes. They have the same videos, like the same videos I have on this channel have strikes on other channels, and they're still here on this one. It just has to be protected by the Father. There's no way. I mean, it's crazy the stuff we've had with this channel, how it just seems protected. I don't know. It's like all the trolls vanished, and we've been able to prosper that door that's opened that so far right now no one's able to close. And we got a notice from YouTube. It said we had reached 10 million views. That was crazy, because I remember watching it. It seemed like it took forever to get to 1 million views, and that was back before the shadow ban. We were getting more views back then than we do now, but it was really cool watching it get to 1 million. And I would pull up the map and see how it was moving around the world, watching where people were seeing this stuff, and seeing the truth about creation spread that way was something extremely special. It was because when I was first waking up, your thoughts are, do we start a church? What do we do? And I felt led that don't go that direction. Don't limit yourself to a building right now. Do something different. And so we just started putting things out there, and the rest is part of the Father's plan to wake everybody up and get us ready, because seeing how much we've been lied to is extremely important. And if you can see that they could lie to us about what we live on, then you know how desperate the enemy is, and it makes you go back and look at other things and try to find out from there. All right. So back to the, sorry, I'm getting away from the mic here. I'm not used to having a microphone. If you haven't noticed, I usually have headphones on. Little clicks and sounds. Thank you. That's what I was wanting to test out, because I either need to take this computer back or it could be the adapter cord. This new MacBook Pro computer does not have USB ports on it, and so I got a let me try knock everything off my shelves here. Let me try headphones and see if that works better. I brought these just in case. We can do both. Might just save the mic for videos. Plug these in and switch it over. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to get all in your faces. All right, hold on one sec. Let me go to camera, or audio, not camera. Audio, mic, external microphone. I think that's what I'm looking for. Default external microphone. No, that's built in. Okay. Testing. Let's see if this is that this mic that I'm using. Again, I am technology challenged. Can you guys hear me? Happy New Year. Thank you, Paul. Bless you, brother. Can you guys hear me on this? I don't know if I'm using this one or the computer, because my computer microphone sounds good. Loud and clear. Everything's nominal. Start using NASA language. How do you hear me from the International Fake Station? All right, we got you. Loud and clear. Hopefully this works better now. Awesome. I just don't like hearing myself breathe in these things. Loud and clear. Good thing I brought this for backup. I like the mic, but yeah, the clicking sound is annoying. If this is doing the same thing, let me know. Did I hurt you? I'm trying to say, ouch, my ears. Sorry. I'll talk quieter. Hopefully that's better. All right. Get this out of the way. Okay. No clicks so far from Let's Go Brandon. I love the name. Oh, man, you guys are awesome. All right. Any questions? I'll follow this up with a question and an answer. Wait, the ISS is not real. To some degree, there may be some technology up there, but there's definitely no one up there. And if they are up there, why don't they film the stars? Why don't they point the camera the other way? Why don't they film the eclipses, the solar, the lunar? None of that stuff. They never get interested in that, even though they're lapping around the ball every 90 minutes. I don't know why that doesn't happen. Just kidding. I know why. But it would be cool if they really were up there to point the camera at the firmament, and that's probably why they don't. I have to thaw out my sunlight, brother. All right. Sorry, I am reading Confound the Wise. You know us. That's our backup channel. Also, where we put videos on that satanic platform known as the Time Waster TikTok. That's our name on there. Some people are finding us from there. I'm doing everything I can to, and I know you guys are too, to wake people up and get them out of these places. Send them away from there. That place is nothing but a time-killing evil trap for especially our youth. I've been fortunate. I've been in education, most of my life since, we were little. We start out getting indoctrinated. But I went from being educated to education. And so I've seen the way that music and pop culture affects youth, my friends, people I know. And then I watched it from a teacher perspective, watching our youth be influenced by the new technology. They started having touch screens on their phones while I was teaching. We went from those little flip phones, Blackberries, and things like that. And so, excuse me. And so I've seen the impacts of all of that. And it seems like to me, social media, TikTok, that era we're having now has influenced them the most. You're seeing things get pushed out there. They were promoting, and what got my attention and why I started using it is I saw my students using it they were getting into tarot card readings and trying to bring those into my classroom. And I'm like, where are you learning about this stuff? And they're like, it's on TikTok. People do it and they read these cards and they make a living doing this stuff. And I warned them because I had literally had someone that we know, a friend of the family, say that they were being demonically oppressed and having things thrown around their house because their wife had used these cards in their house. And so they were being demonized after using them. And this person that I care about, I care about all my students, wanted to use them in my class. And so I tried to warn them. And I knew then that there was something to this app, and I wanted to send as many people as I can away from it. Not there to get famous or anything like that. Just show people that platform is extremely evil. They are just grouping people up is what they're doing. They're kind of taking all the truthers, putting them here, and then, deleting their stuff, hiding them from the world. And so definitely keep your kids away from that. If you have young ones that are interested in that, don't let them use it. I know they'll cry for a little while, but don't let them use it. Not at all. Not even just to wake people, because it's set up to corrupt you and to tempt you and promote things. You're not choosing things. It's not like back in the good old days when we would go to the movie store and they had, at least it was all indoctrination stuff and predictive programming, but at least they had sections and we can choose stuff. Now things are getting geared to where they are choosing it for us. And my hands are distracting me. I don't know why they're invisible. I promise I'm not a hologram. But yeah, the good old days of picking stuff just kind of went away. Then they gave us Netflix, and slowly but surely just start giving us things that they choose for us. They know what's best for us. They know what's best for our bodies, for our minds. And so times are changing. The spiritual attacks, it's all spiritual. It's not for gaining the world for the most part, even though that's sort of the gift for those who work for the powers of darkness. That's the only thing the enemy can offer is physical stuff. But you will be empty if you don't have what the Father has to offer, what he has already done for us with his Son. And so that's why we're here, to get people to find the things that we have found and experienced, the miracles that I didn't deserve, that showed me that the Father is not at all who we're told he is. He's far greater. He's far more powerful and loving and forgiving. And that prodigal son story you hear about, I've lived it. And it's definitely something that changed me forever. It's why I'm here. I would not become such a fool to this world if something drastic didn't happen. I was pretty content feeling like I knew it all and staying wise in this world. It was kind of fun for a time, being able to quote the books and everything, but definitely great to become a fool with you guys. And some of you are on the verge of becoming a fool. You're not quite there yet. You're like, I don't know. I don't know if I could take that title. But it's okay. It's not that bad. You get used to all of the attacks, and it really does set you free. But any more questions, guys? I know this is getting drug out. It's only been 32 minutes. I feel like I've been talking for an hour because I bore myself. All right, who we got? TV programming. All right. Sorry, I'm reading your comments and I'm blind. I can't see, so I get close to the screen, and now I don't have to worry about the mic keeping me back. Yeah, you're disappearing. You're disappearing like NASA footage. Good one. Yeah, it's just, this is real. We're really here. We're not in front of a green screen. I'm telling you, I'm not. I don't know why my face doesn't do that. Just the hands. It's like it's facial recognition going on here. I don't understand the technology, but let me see. Cam/mic. I just might take a quick trip to the ISS. There you go. Does that make y'all feel better? Now I feel like, I fit in here. I could be like put this on my NASA interview, or my NASA not interview, resume. There you go. That's what I was thinking about. Okay. All righty. So again, this video is just random. Daryl Lee. Wait a minute. Just so you guys, Daryl Lee, formerly Dr. Lee, and he became relentless, and a lot of you guys found him through our video we did where he sent us the SD card for Lookout Mountain. They deleted his channel, literally sharing stuff about the Bible, and they can't have that. They deleted that guy. And good brother of mine. If this is the same Daryl Lee, I'm assuming this is the one. If it is, confirm that you are. I don't want to give some random guy with the same name, get him freaked out. Is that you, Daryl? Is that you? I don't know. We'll find out. Stay tuned. We'll find out. So yeah, This is fun. I love hanging out with you guys. That's why I'm doing this, honestly. This is an excuse. This is an excuse to hang out with you guys, and let you know that we'll be doing more of this and have some really cool people on, so you don't have to just hear me all the time. My video just went very clear. Yeah. I need to go back to the ISS background, just so I can start floating around here. I got my brother, my friend back here. I need to come up with a funny name for this guy. He's working, so you know it's real. The fact that I'm over here floating, I'm gonna try to do my without getting the wire harnesses tangled. Best actor not impression of the year. Yeah, it would. I don't know how they work with this. Would stress somebody out that was OCD, waking up every day and seeing all of the cables around? Like, that's annoying just looking at it when you're watching their videos. But man, the trip hazards and the way things would just get pulled out on accident and shut off. I mean, if I have cables sticking out, I'm knocking my laptop off the table, but they fly through it, and they're doing their acrobatics and stuff, and it never seems to bother them at all. And they're always so happy. And someone made a good point about why they're so happy, because they're essentially on like an airplane. And if you've ever been on an airplane, and I've been on one for like 15 hours, and you almost go insane, you're just boxed in. And I don't think that being able to float would make that, we'd make it a little bit more fun for a couple of days, but being up there for months at a time and still smiling for the camera and never getting to look up and see the stars on the other side. And they keep their windows closed, like you're boxed in, like keep your windows open, I don't know. There's a lot of things about it that don't add up, because they are deceiving us. Even if they're circling above a flat plane, they are still lying about what's beneath them. And we also have proof that there's a firmament above us. So if they're near the firmament, why not just tell us? Because it's not about the money. It is, but it's not. It's more about the spiritual. Good day from Australia. Who said that? I just lost the comment. It was here and then it vanished. Good day from Australia. Lost you. Iron Horse. There you go. Australia. How are you doing in Australia right now? I've talked to one of my friends, sister that I met up there, Norma, and she was telling me it's pretty bad. And I've seen stuff to let me know that it's really, really, really bad, and confirmation that yes, it is pretty bad over there in Australia. Pray for them. You guys know that you're not the first to be persecuted, and we are told by the word to really have joy, because they persecuted the prophets before you. You were doing what is right. The corrupting of flesh is at work, just like it was in the days of Noah. And so you're going to be persecuted if you try to remain pure and do what the convictions from your Father are telling you to do. And so that's why it's good that we have platforms like this where we can help each other out. Somebody said, hey, what's up with Daryl Lee? He got deleted. So I don't know if you guys heard that. I'm trying to see if I can find him on here. Where did he go? If that's really him, I may have scared him away. Don't leave, Daryl. Lost him. Comments are taken off. Hello from Georgia, the country or the state? Because we're in Georgia. We might be neighbors. You might be right down the road from me. We are watching Australia. Yeah. Australia is, golly, in need of some prayers. The tyranny is unreal. It's on a new level. Sorry, reading again. I'm a slow reader too, as you guys have probably noticed. That's why I don't do good with the live reading, and I do better at editing out my mistakes. Most people would not sell both their eyes for even $1 million. Valdosta, Georgia. Oops, I'm actually highlighted everything. Valdosta, Georgia. That's where I was born. Spent 7 years there. Part of our testimony. My dad was in the Air Force down there. He worked on the F-16s at Moody Air Force Base. So Landon Wilder, the same area that I was at. We went to the old elementary school before they tore it down, the elementary school from like the 1700s. That thing was old and creepy, but some really cool memories there. That was back back when kids weren't really supervised. We could go to recess and get in fights and nothing ever happened. Like nobody ever got in trouble except for us a couple times. How did I get to space? Well, you see, Everything's nominal right now. Let's see. It wasn't really hard. Wasn't hard to do. Dawsonville, Georgia. I'm trying to think. How far is that from Northwest Georgia? Dawsonville. That's so familiar. Somebody's on the Tennessee, North Georgia line. Yeah, you guys that are close, send us an email because when we have meetups, you can come to those, and we would love to have you. Let's see. Greetings from Germany. Blessings from America. Land of the used to think we were free. Now the only ones of us are free are the ones who were set free by the Most High. It's a crazy world. And Vernon, he goes to space all the time. But yeah, we are. Sorry, I'm just having fun reading you guys' comments. You guys are awesome. Glory to God. Chattanooga. Sorry, I yelled. Chattanooga. Dag Geo. I'm in Chattanooga. That's where we went to school. That is awesome. You're literally 20 minutes away from here. I'm like on the Tennessee side of Georgia. I could probably ride my bicycle to Tennessee if I really had the dedication. Can you make the dude behind you? Well, I lost the comment. I lost it. I wish I tried to upload video so the guy back there would be moving. I was trying to my Russian friend back there. I'm sure he's probably Russian. They all have all the Russian astronauts seem to have the same names. Yeah, he's working. You can tell he's working. He's just very focused. He's moving. You just can't tell. You know it's real because it looks so fake. Oregon here. Dang, we got people all around the world there. I was just talking about you, Norma, just talking about you. And glad you got here. You probably since we were talking about you and joined in. Yeah, she's from Queensland. This was when we went to Australia. I really wanted to meet people there. And I knew I wouldn't get a chance to go back. And so she reached out to us and said, I could meet you briefly at the airport because I was going to be there for a couple hours, stuck there for a couple hours on a connecting flight, and got there. And it was hard to communicate with her by the phone. We didn't have a phone plan that let us communicate and call from there. And so we tried to find each other, couldn't see her, couldn't find her. And I was about to give up. I mean, we're about to have to leave soon. And I just felt the Father telling me, go to the door one last time, just walk all the way across the building. And sure enough, I walk across the building and she's over there and wearing bright yellow, like she said. And so it was really cool to see her. It was just a God thing where he worked it out and sent me to where she was because I would have never been able to find her on my own. So really cool to see her. But yeah, pray for her and all of those that are still there. And Australia, if you don't know the history of it, it's a lot like America. It's a younger version of America, how it got started. And so really awesome people there. I like hearing from them, but I just hate seeing the amount of persecution. Dang, we got people from Florida. Lots of people from Florida. I think, yeah, Kurt Chambers, Florida. And Big Pine from South Florida, Big Pine Selling. Dang, where is he rushing to? Yeah, right. About 43 minutes. We'll probably call it quit soon. I just wanted to see where all you guys are at in the world. And Daryl Lee. I'm the other brother, Daryl Lee. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. From Alaska. So there's two Daryl Lees. Thanks for clarifying. Wrong Daryl Lee. So my bad. The other brother. My other brother, Daryl. This is my my brother Daryl and my other brother Daryl. You're awesome too. Don't think that you're not awesome just because you're not him. Is it true we live in a firmament? Great question. I've been hearing about this and that there's no space and that there is a firmament that separates the heavenly waters from us. New to this stuff and fascinated, go to we have a playlist called The Firmament where you can actually see it on video. It's there and it's documented. They have documents that talk about it. It's not just in the Bible. This is not a faith-based thing like it once was. I always thought the firmament was the atmosphere, but you look back and you realize it was the only thing that Father created on day 2 of creation. And the atmosphere wouldn't have taken him an entire day of creation to make. The plants, the water evaporating, that would have all been made. Now, the globe model itself would have been miraculous. Like only some magical powers and the Father mean, not magical powers, but the Father's powers could have done something like this to make a ball in a vacuum with an atmosphere that doesn't get sucked away. Like all of the things that would have to go into the globe are still miraculous, but there are reasons that they created it, because you can have scientific explanations for this that they make up with numbers. But with the firmament, you know it's there. There's a creator who set stars inside of it, and it is a clock above us for signs and appointed times. And the Bible that translations we read usually say for signs and for seasons. And so the appointed times is why he put them there. They are for, of course, the sun to give us light and to power the photosynthesis and things with plants. And it does so many different things. The sun is one of those things. If you don't have it, people start getting depressed if you don't get sunlight. It does a lot of things for us. And he factored that in with his intelligent design. It's amazing. But yes, the firmament's there. We have proof of it. Look at that playlist. Check it out. Lots of things in there. I could go into it. I'm kind of passionate about that because it is what the Father used to really wake me up when I was looking into this stuff for the first time several years ago, early 2017, and looking up at the stars thinking he's light years away, and come to find out he's really close. And the rest of the Bible starts making sense. The return, everyone will see the Messiah when he returns, and it's only possible because of the shape of what we live on and how it's been hidden. We used to make excuses like technology and all of that, but the truth about creation, according to the Genesis narrative and in the book of Jubilees as well, is 100% accurate, and it's provable. I'm going to have some guests on that have seen some proofs that are undeniable, that prove the flood, that prove all of the things that we're persecuted for believing in. So definitely some cool things to look into there. I suggest you looking into that, because a lot of people, when they hear the word about our world being flat, the firmament's the one thing they don't see, and it scares them away. But the word tells us that there's a firmament above us and that there's waters above that. And someday the New Jerusalem's going to be coming down, when the stars are going to be falling. There's a lot of things that are going to happen that only make sense with the true creation model. All right, so reading Genesis in Hebrew is mind-blowing. Exactly. If you haven't, look at, I suggest get the CJ, the letter C as in cat, J, B as in boy, CJB, Complete Jewish Bible, and read Genesis. And they translated, the person was an expert in Hebrew, and he translated the word firmament and used the word dome. So it says God said, let there be a dome. And that one gives you more of a visual if you're using that version. So one of the common questions we get is, what translation do we use? A lot of you are new to looking into this stuff, and I don't lean on any one particular translation. I don't say, got to use the King James or you got to use this one. I use many resources. I go to Bible Hub, Bible Gateway, Interlinear, and used lots of different translations, comparing translations, finding out where those translations came from. What does canon mean when they canonize the Bibles? Why were certain things taken out? Who were those people? There's a lot of really cool things to look into there. So definitely don't just stick to one translation. Some are better than others, and they have been altered. A lot of them have been altered. That's why we have tons of translations. So for sure, don't just rely on one. That's what I would say for those of you starting out. It is complicated. You have to kind of know, where everything's coming from. I'm not used to talking. I don't know if you guys like our mug. It's kind of see-through with the green screen effect, but I had to splurge and buy myself one of these. It's a mug that wakes up your friends, not just you, with coffee. It wakes up others. Has some really cool verses on the backside. I try to make these things as cheap as they can. I'm not doing it to make money. I just really wanted one of these, and I thought, heck, the only way I could make one is to put it in the store so we can buy it as a sample at a cheaper price. So really cool. It's my favorite gift that I bought myself so far this year. All right. Any other questions out there? I think my brother vanished. He's on vacation. Michael, putting my kettle on. Didn't mention any stars. Okay. I'm a Messianic Jew. So you probably read the CJB. The stars are falling to Earth now. Those sightings of multicolored orbs. Yeah, somebody's talking about stars. People are seeing things up above us quite often and trying to explain it with modern understanding of asteroids and comets. And um, it's not that way at all. When you understand the biblical cosmology, you see stuff falling down. It's either them trying to deceive us or something biblical like stars falling. I don't know how long shooting stars has been a thing. Like they could just be from the past couple hundred years. I've never read about them in the Bible. They never talk about shooting stars that I recall. So who knows? Could be something new that we've just seen in the last couple hundred years or so. I don't know. What do the pillars rest on? I do not know. There's so much to creation we do not know. All right. Do you think they will announce ET soon? I see. I really thought they were on the verge with what they built into that to the COVID relief bill with the disclosure, and I don't know what happened. Maybe they are making way too much money with what they're doing now with the pandemic, but they were on track. It looked like to do that, but I think there's still some more programming they need to do and censorship. And from what I can tell, I don't know. Maybe these new variants are the alien threat. Something outside what we know. So maybe some aliens brought it here. They'll say, I'm not sure where they're going to go with that. But when I went on vacation about a week ago, I finally had access to cable. I got rid of cable years ago, and the stuff that I'm seeing, the History Channel is full of that ancient alien stuff that you see on social media. That guy, however you say that, GAIA, I don't know how you pronounce that. That stuff where they are talking about the ancient aliens, which really it's the fallen, the watchers, the deceivers, the demons, the wisdom of the fallen, and the technology booms that we've had has to do with the same type of powers that corrupted the world back before the flood. And now it's on a scale that's very similar. You can see why the world became corrupt so fast, because within the last 30, I'm 38, and within the last, I'd say 30 years, I've seen so much corruption beyond what I ever thought possible. All right, Bill Thomas. What is the sky ice? Okay, so you probably saw that video. That's a mystery, and it kind of answers some questions. The sky ice video where they hit a wall and they were exploring that. I would love to connect with the person who shared that testimony that was in the military about the sky ice, but they drilled into it, is all I know. It could just be a barrier before you get to the firmament, one of those ways of, watching mankind think they can burrow through it. And when they did, it started healing up on its own. It was far colder than regular ice from the descriptions we have. And the channel that shared that with me vanished. I have no clue what happened to them. They just were gone. Somebody said, hey, that channel's gone now. Need your email address. Oh, if you need our email address, I will send it. I'll put it in the comment. It's flat. Then that word EARTH. If I say it, there'll end up being a Wikipedia link under this video. Brothers. That was our old channel name. If you were new here. I just put it in the comment. It's also in, where's it at? It's also in, if you go to our channel, most of our videos have it in the description. I'm losing my voice again. The Admiral Byrd story about the master flat. Sorry, I'm whispering into the mic. I'm reading your comments. But again, this video is literally just me being excited to have the chance to do this from home and not intrude. My dad was very kind to let me use his office, and I thought I saw him earlier in the comments. But very, very awesome to let us use his house. And now, for the time being, we have this first ever experience going live from our office, which is a blessing because we spent a lot of money building this extra room. It was going to be an attic space, and I looked at it, an attic space right next to my bedroom that was like 8 foot tall, and I thought, why would we have that just as an attic? And so was able to hide that with a Murphy door, one of those little bookshelf looking doors. My wife didn't want a random door in our room, and so to please her, it ended up being really cool. We put a Murphy door there, so it looks like there's a bookshelf, and you can just walk right into the FEB headquarters, the office. And now I'm finally getting to use it. I had to actually take out an extra loan for this thing. We were in Australia, and we told them, don't finish the sheetrock. We can't afford it. Don't paint it. None of that. And we came back from Australia, and somebody didn't communicate properly, and the office was done. The sheetrock was done, and all it needed to do was be painted. And so we painted it ourselves, but had to take out an extra loan just for that because building prices were going up as the economy was starting to change. But blessed that we got done when we did. Preston, use your sorry. I'm going to start reading the comments real quick because I'm probably going to get off here soon. I don't want to go past the 1 hour mark. Not that I have a curfew, but I know you guys have a lot of cool things to do and to look into, and I've got some studies to do and put the kids to bed. My daughter, she'll probably come in here at some point. She knows where my office is now. It's become her playroom as well. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to keep this just an office. I was like, I don't have a whole lot of things I asked for. I just want to keep this office for doing the things we do with the channel and making videos without interruptions. But she comes in here. We have tea parties every now and again and play with her big dollhouse. It's got moved in here because like I said, my mother-in-law is in the process of moving downstairs. We've kind of built a living space for her and into the basement. And so when she moves down, my daughter gets her room back. She's 4 years old. She's my little boss. But if she ever comes in, you'll see that she's my boss because I'll be like, I got to go, and I'll leave. Other news, I will let you know. I haven't shared this with a lot of people, just our close friends. But me and my wife and I are surprised with the news that we're going to be having a baby number 5. It's crazy. I never, not planned, not trying. It happened. And so we're having a baby girl. We found out a couple weeks ago we're having a girl. So we'll have 3 boys, 2 girls. I became a grandfather in April. My oldest son, stepson, 22, just got married, and he has 2 kids. So a lot of crazy stuff happening. I'm a grandpa and going to be a dad again after I'm a grandpa. It doesn't make sense. But it's a blessing. And so thank you. Yeah, definitely change of pace. Thought I was done. And now the father had other plans. And so I know a lot of people were calling the babies that were coming. There's like a baby boom when everybody got locked up with the pandemic. They were calling them coronials, and I was like, I don't want to have a tribulational. It's the way things are going now. But I feel like it'll be a blessing. Children are a blessing, and got to be excited. About 4 months from now, I'm trying to think. June, 5 months. I don't know. I'm not good with dates and math, but sometime early June is when she's expected. Yeah, we could start a basketball team. It's insane. Yeah, and it's going to be tough. I don't like going to the hospitals now with all of the mandates and stuff. I took my uncle to a hospital the other day, drove down to the big city, Atlanta, and a cop yelled at my uncle about keeping the mask over his nose, and his mask was like already up to here. And I think somebody told him to come talk to me because I had mine, of course, down. But I was just dropping him off, and I just can't stand being around that stuff. It just drives me crazy. So thank you. Yeah, like Abraham, I know I've got my 2 stepsons, and then my son, my youngest son, is 11. So I've got 22 is the oldest. When he was born, I was young. I was like 15. And then 17, 11, 4, and 1 on the way. So quite spread out about every 5 years. Blake, glad to see you too, Blake. It's good to see you, man. Yeah. I thought you were 20. No, I'm old. I'm 38. I'm a 38-year-old grandpa. I'm starting to feel my age. There you go. Hello from region in Orange County, California. Dang. Out there. Seattle, Washington. You guys are on different time zones. It's early where you're at. It's like 10 something here, and it is 7 something over there. I don't know. Seattle. It is cold in Seattle. I bet it's freezing right now. I stopped there on my way back from Hawaii, my brother's wedding, and just stopped in the middle of the summer thinking, oh, it'll be nice. It was like 50. It was so cold in Seattle. Dang, your mom was a grandmother at 34. I thought I had the world record. That's crazy. Oh, so one of the other people I'm going to try to have on soon is Sean from we joined their Hangout. We got to kind of hack into their Hangout. Him and WesBlaze, Sean Griffin, WesBlaze from Uncommon Ground, and Sean from Kingdom in Context. I'm going to try to have them on too very soon. Some of you guys have already found them. They do not have the followers they deserve. WesBlazeMuzik, he's kind of like a clean version of ODD, like a talented version. He doesn't. He's a really cool guy, really talented. Oh, it's Incarnate Unlimited. My phone's broke. Glad you're here. This guy saved the day with our meetup that we had in Harrison, the camping one. Came in and saved the day with his food because we could not feed 100 people the same way that Jesus did. So yeah, thank you for that. Thanks, Monroe Doctrine. Keep up the great work. Yeah, I know you guys are like, man, I love your work, but you hardly ever do anything. Well, that's going to change. I'm going to start putting stuff out on this platform. Someone said, are you familiar with Richie from Boston? Yeah, I've been in contact with him. I met somebody that was a huge fan of his and was talking about him. And then next thing you know, he's messaging me. He kind of follows us, and I've known him since back before he got kicked off of YouTube and all that nonsense. But yeah, RFB, I'd like to have a hangout with him sometime. He's just a cool guy to talk to. He seems to be on the road now, like he's on the run, doing some cool videos. He has another channel. Golly, I can't remember the name of his channel. JailBreak something. JailBreak. I'll have to find it. I'll find it and I'll put it in the description. I just know him as RFB. But yeah, I will try to do all that. So a lot of things in the near future, I believe. And it says WesBlaze. I'll put description or links in the description for you guys. Some of the channels I'm mentioning that we'll try to talk to. But when I saw the Overlander, yeah, JailBreak Overlander. Somebody just said JailBreak Overlander. That's Richie from Boston's new channel, and he does a lot of like off-road things, and he has a lot of fun, a lot of cool stuff. Still makes really good videos in spite of the shadow ban. He has a little bit of a following over there too. So, and he has his own website, someone said. Yeah, I will try to reconnect everybody, man. I feel like we have just been at this war where they're trying to separate everybody, and we need to work our tails off to connect and stay connected with each other. All right, yeah, RFB JailBreak, yeah, that's what they said. Sundown on Friday. He's on Odyssey. Yeah, we're also on Odyssey or LBRY. I don't know why they have two different names for that program, but we're on there as well. Backed up. Everything's backed up. I'm not doing something separate over there. Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody said if you go to Kingdom in Context, that's the Sean I was telling you about that I want to have on here. He's a Bible scholar too, a lot like Hanging on His Words. Homepage, there's lots of related channels right there on his front page. I want to figure out how to do stuff like that so I can send you guys there as well. But anyways, it has been over an hour, and I know you guys got some stuff to do, so I will cut this short. Any last questions before we go? I've enjoyed seeing you guys get Enter the Stars as a guest. I will see if I can find out who that is. Enter the Stars. I've heard of that channel. I've probably seen their work. Lots of good channels. So yeah, I want to share, get us all connected to where we can sort of go to different places to get wisdom and build each other up and hang out. I know that Kingdom in Context, he does a lot of live videos. He has Kingdom Cast and Kingdom in Context where he does both. And so we'll look forward to having him on if we can get him on. He's really busy. He's a super busy guy, and he does it full time. He does ministry full time. He works on other projects that he's got going on. They're working on creating a book for children, an educational book with Flat Earth. So if you have any ideas, oops, I said the word that'll get us in trouble on here. He's working on a book and I want to help them with that. But if you guys have any ideas, it's for youth. You know, it could be geared to anybody, kindergarten to 5th grade, middle school, and maybe have different levels in there built in. Somebody said, am I going to be on SGT Report anytime soon? I don't know. I love that guy. I love Sean. I know a lot of people give him a hard time and say he's controlled op or a shill or whatever. But I love the guy. I judge a tree by his fruits. And every time I've had an encounter with him, I've just felt nothing but a pure heart from the guy. He's a real good guy. Doesn't mean that I believe everything exactly the way he does, but he is like all of us. We are all growing together and learning stuff and figuring this stuff out. And he would not have been deleted like he was. If he was one of them, he would be promoted. So for sure, but he's prospering. I think he's on BitChute now, doing pretty well over there. All right. Thank you guys for ceasing. Yeah. Amen. Pray without ceasing for us. I thank you guys for doing that. I could tell you guys have been praying for us. It has helped big time. And we couldn't do it without you. You guys, it's part of helping us with this spiritual battle. We have, I would be lying if I didn't say the attacks haven't increased in the last couple of years, especially the last year. So keep us in your prayers, keep each other in your prayers. We are all experiencing this stuff at the same time. Vernon says, thanks for the live stream and hanging out with us. No, thank you guys, man. This is a blessing. I always get nervous before I come on, but then I start talking to you guys and it goes away, just because you guys have just the best hearts, and we have been blessed by the best that you were sent this way. So thanks so much for tuning in. Again, this was just to update you guys that our status has changed. We will be able to put more content out and do this. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys good night. I love you. The Father loves you. You are beloved creations of the Most High. And I look forward to doing this more often. This is a lot of fun. And so I thank you for brightening our evening up. I guess night. It's getting late over here. But I love you guys. We will see you around very soon. Stay safe and stay ready.